On that point, before I go to Nilesh Bhav, I go to another very interesting aspect जो राधा बाबान टच केलो होता आणि तो म्हणजे हेल्पलेस सिटीजन्स. म्हाका राधा बाबाच्या आर्ग्युमेंटा भितर सुद्धा एक हेल्पलेसनेस दिसलो. तातूंत भितर हायकोर्टान बरें ऑब्जर्वेशन केलां that we note that the material on record prima facie establishes that citizens made repeated complaints about these establishments playing loud music beyond 10 p.m. Record also discloses that despite such complaints, no serious action was taken by the authorities. Therefore, we are constrained to make such orders म्हणून. हो जो इश्यू आसा जो नंदन बाब सांगतात की हांगा हायकोर्टी तेच म्हणटा की सिटीजन्स आर फिलिंग हेल्पलेस, कंप्लेन केल्यार एक्शन जायना म्हणून लास्टाक सिटीजन्स कोर्टात वचपा लागल्यात. Don't you think these are very sad state of affairs, and somewhere a body like yours should take a very firm stand on this? Okay, तुम्ही म्हणता धाक सुमार is not viable for tourism industry. कितल्यांक आणि ते एकदा कितल्यांक जाले की मागीर ते कितल्यांक पाळया तरी. आता 10 पाळनात, 11 पाळनात, 1 पाळनात, मागीर कसं जातलें?
Ultimately, the person who is doing legal business gets affected. Person who is doing illegal, he thrives in such situations because, as Radhabab just said, authorities are then becomes the part of that system. So to avoid that, first of all, as an association, what we have tried to, we have already started the deliberations with the environmentalists, with the pollution department, with the tourism department, with the central agencies, and trying to decide on the decibel. As I told you to start with, that 55 decibel, if that is a thing, becomes impossible. Secondly, from where that sound has to be tested. Is it from the where sound originates, or it is from the sound which comes in? So that clarity needs to come in. So the decibel, the ideally would be 80 decibel. So we have working on that, which we have to have some common ground. Secondly is on the timing front. Ideally, looking into the as a tourist state, 12 a.m. should be a good timing.
Midnight.
But that is also we are working on it. I think we should have a timing which is acceptable to the Goans per se. And of course, as an industry, they will we can demand so many things, but which does not disturb the
balance aspak.
No, not another clear. If you see the people which are affected, Shigmotsav is affected, Carnival is affected, weddings are affected, Jatras are affected. Now the people, Goan people who are
these things were never a problem for
Goans, but now because of this timing, the government removes the Shigmo Utsav will be closed at 10 p.m. Carnival will be closed at 10 p.m. So what is happening is, or weddings also for that matter. But weddings, they said that after 10 o'clock we'll shut the music.
But the problem is, I'll go to Radhabab and Nandabab also on it, but here is the order of the High Court on a contempt petition. So here band jata goykaranche, but actual ji violations jata of super high decibels, ती चालूच आसा. हायकोर्टाक कसली ऑर्डर पास करची पडटा. नंदन, लेट्स कम टू द प्रॅक्टिकल आस्पेक्ट. नाव यू आर अ बिझनेसमॅन, यू आर फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री. व्हॉट इज द प्रॅक्टिकल लेवल? 10, 12 कितें?
नाही कितेंय करात, 10 करात, 11 करात, 12 करात, एक कॉन्स्टंट हें दवरात. इट शुड बी युनिवर्सल फॉर एव्हरीबडी. 10 इज लिटल टू अर्ली. गोंयान कितें जाता, मोर at least for tourism industry we can go inside. लोकांची लग्न आसात, कितलीशी फेस्टिवल्स आसात. तेन्ना for this timing has to go a little more, and it will go. गव्हर्नमेंट हांवें पयर पेपरार वाचलां आनी म्हजो कुडचड्या वयलो MLA who has gone out of his way to make a representation to
he is the environment minister also.
He is also the environment minister to effect a little bit of changes. दुसरें हातूंत आतां कितें जालां, आमचे सारके पळय लिगल धंदो करतात हे फॉरेनर कलकत्ताच्यान. तुका हांव एक स्टोरी सांगता. कलकत्त्याच्यान एक मनीस येवन म्हजेर कंप्लेन करता. कलकत्त्याच्यान. पेड बाय हू? फॉरेन नॅशनल्स. There is a mafia lobby going to destroy and damage the interest of Goa. भायले लोक येवन आज गोंय डिस्ट्रॉय करूंक लागल्यात. आणि ह्या खातीर आमी गोंयकारांनी उबे रावपाक जाय. पयलीं भशेन नाच. हे पोस्ट कोविड सगळे जगावयले पळय जितले धुमशणकांड काडटाले ते आज गोंयान आयल्यात आनी गोंय डिस्ट्रॉय करूंक लागल्यात. आनी उठपाक जाय आमी गोंयकारांनी दाखोवपाक की गोवा इज फॉर गोवन्स.
राधाबाब, डू यू एग्री विथ दिस आर्ग्युमेंट ऑफ नंदन बाब की एक गजाल 10 काय 11 काय 12 10 इज लिटल अर्ली, डिसाइड समथिंग. आणि सेकंडली आज गोंयकार चड अफेक्ट जातात जे खरे वायोलेटर्स आसात, जशी नंदन बाब म्हणटा ते येवन सध्या गोंयकाराच्याच मानगुटेचेर बसल्यात.
See, Pramod, what I feel is, it is not for me to say 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. The government of India and the government of Goa, before framing these rules, ought to have taken into account the special requirements of different states of the country. You have enforced a uniform uniform law, where at 10 o'clock you stop music or sound throughout the country. Now, Goa is a specific case where tourism is the main industry. Tourism involves playing of music, and people come here for that. So therefore, different parts of the country have different parameters. So what I would suggest is, in the case of Goa, the government do some sort of investigation, find out what is the best for Goa, whether 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and accordingly frame the rules. The center must be prevailed upon to allow each state to frame its own rules to meet its own requirements. And that is not very difficult, because this particular law is not there in either the state list or the concurrent list on the central list. Therefore, under the law, if it is not on any list, the center has the power to
Yes.
legislate. That's what they have done. So having done so, it is for the Goa government to request and get the central government to enable us to frame our own rules. I think that would sort everything out. Just because I want 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it must not be like that. Let us study the whole requirements and do it. Now, secondly, what I would suggest is, there could be zones. You see, we have zones for planning where we have 200 FER, 150 FER, 100 FER. We could also have sound zones. See, I am in a residential area. There should be stopping of all noise above particular level at 10 o'clock. Now you are in a entertainment zone. Create such zones, let sounds go there till say 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Because finally, we have to cater to the requirements of whatever is required. So let the government divide Goa into various type of zones. If you want to play loud music, go and play it in the entertainment zone, where people who reside there cannot complain, because that you have chosen to go to the entertainment zone. I think such a thing should be done. To have a blanket ban
It cannot be a blanket ban, or it cannot be a blanket permission.
Now, moreover, see, I live close to
या नंदन बाब, yes.
दोतर
Yeah.
आता नाईट क्लबाची तुका एक जोक सांग. Music cannot be played outside after 10 o'clock at all. It is not 5 decibels, 10 decibels or anything.
It is 0 decibels.
It's 0 decibel.
Yeah.
But I can have a generator outside which I can run at 75 decibels.
Yeah.
These small things have to be बारीक गोष्टी ज्यो गोंयकारांक त्रास जाल्या.
कायदोय सेन्सिबल आसपाक जाय.
हय, हातूंत फक्त कितें जालां, ह्या कायद्याचो सगळ्या भायल्या लोकांनी फायदो घेवन गोंयकार बावडो आपलो सादो, तो आपले गिटार घेवन पोट चलयता, ताका त्रास जाता. हो ह्या भायल खरें पळय, ही खरी पळय, the kind of music that is that trance and this thing, that is spoiling the whole thing.